Hey, it's Shark36, and here we are. I am going to do a video real quick. My wife is coming home, and I am in a race. And my video today is going to be on Global 1940. No, I'm sorry, 1942. Right here, I think. No, right here. This one is. There's three of them. I'll get them all up, and I'll get them all squared up. And these are the two different versions. So Randy, why are we looking at two different versions? And the answer is because in this there's a bit of an answer to if the game is imbalanced. So I'm pretty sure, let's see if I can get this other one up correctly. One of them is a tournament edition. And it was made specifically at the request of the Gen Con people, so it could be done in 4 hours and 45 minutes or 5 hours. I think the game has to end at 5:45, and I think you have to have an hour to do the last turn. So, all right. So what do we got here? Let's see if I can put that away. Okay, so we are looking at this C-zone right here. There's a difference, and then you take a look. Right there's Destroyer. Okay. Now if you go over here, this is the tournament, TR, tournament rules. And then if you look over here, 1 sub. If you look over here, 2 subs. If you look over here, this bomber is in Germany. You look over here, bomber is exposed in Ukraine. This is a 90% battle, by the way. There may be something down here. TR, I don't notice anything. No, I don't notice anything. I thought maybe there was something in the British over here. Oh, wait, there is. Look at this. TR, that's 2 more British units. 5 versus 3. I think that's it. That's the sub is over here, I'm pretty sure. That's the sub over there. And the sub over there. Yeah, so right here, if we added that up, that's $6 right there given to the Allies. That is $12 taken away from the Axis. So 6 and 12 is 18. That's another sub. That's 18 goes up to 24. And the Destroyer takes us to 32. Okay, so now we also... So there's a 32 difference between the tournament rules, 1-day event versus, this game could go on for quite a while. I've heard from my friend Carnivale that really tough high-level games go really high, way past 10, way past 20. So I have to confirm his number because his number is astronomical. So so that's that, and so then we might look at the tournament rules that they were made for, and we go over to Shmori Swamp. This is the guy who runs. He's called the Headless Horseman 2, and he runs the Shmori Swamp, and we appreciated his work for Greg Shmori. He's been doing it for years, and he does a great job. And convention dates, it just got over. So he's done a lot of stuff for the players that come. Huge event, and of course, so glad that Axis and Allies and Renegade Games now, Avalon Hill, is represented there. And here is the document for the bid and the average. So he puts it in scare quotes. The average bids for each game is 3 to 8. Okay, so we were already looking at we were already looking at some pretty high bids and the tournament rules. We were looking at the 6 in India, $12 bomber, 24 for the sub in the Baltic, and then looking at the destroyer here, 24, 32 plus 3 would be 35. If you add 5 on top of that, it's $40. So, and then the other factor would be, well, okay, Shmori, could you let us know, and it would actually be really good to know, what is the win-loss ratio? So, obviously if you're a great player playing against a not-so-great player, well, that's one thing. But who wins the most? With this $8 bid, do the Axis still end up winning the most? With the $3 bid, or just with the bid in general, who ends up winning the most at Global 1942 Second Edition tournament rules? Who ends up winning the most? With $40 extra, 35 to $40 extra on the table, who ends up winning? So that's why. Now that's a lot of money. So let's take a look at the total amount of money in the game. Total amount of money beginning the game is 171 minus 3, so $168. So we're talking about a quarter of the money on the total money on the table for income is the amount of the bid if it was $40. If you're talking about the units on the board, the total unit value, this is the 1389. So 1389, and it's off by 40. So that is pretty good, right? I mean, we're all going to say that's a game that there's 229 pieces, and we're off by, let's just put it in infantry terms, 13 units. Okay, if we reduced it down, so it's 12 to 13 units off Russian infantry, let's say. So I mean, that's impressive. I mean, we have to give kudos that a game with 229 pieces and you're off by 13. Now, if you want to go radical and slap down 3 planes or 4 planes, you're off by 4 units out of 229. So, I mean, that's significant. The TUV, that makes it really, really small. 13. So let's say that was 1400 right there. So if it's less than a tenth, right, of the units on the board. I'm trying to do the math in my head. 40 out of 400 would be a tenth. This is 3 times less than that. So we're talking about 3%, less than 3% of a difference, of a need for an improvement. It does seem bigger when you're over here. The PUs, I mean, that is just one round of purchase for the Americans, for instance. It's a round and a half of purchase for the 12. Yeah, it's a round and a half for the Russians. So, okay, so now I did want to compare one more thing, and that's so I did also want to compare the fact that the Axis, the Allies, have only 3 more units. Now they do have an income per turn at the beginning. It seems, it appears. I think the appearance goes away pretty quickly. um, to have an advantage of 26, right? But the problem, of course, is that the Allies only have the Russians, so you take the Russians out of it, 24, and then this factor right here in India, so take $9 out of that 97 and 24. 9 and 24 is 33, so you're talking 30, 60. So if it was 99, obviously it'd be 66. So uh, 3 down from that would be 63. So $63 has to be transported overseas with a huge smackdown in season 11, season 7, and the possibility of a smackdown in season 53. We're talking about a naval build, a rebuild, in order to mobilize 63 IPCs worth of units, unless, of course, you're just going to fly them over. Other than that, you have to rebuild the Navy. This Navy, if you lose Pearl, is down by a destroyer, aircraft carrier, and a sub, and then you're down one. You're even with planes if you count the Szechuan plane. So right there is your first round build, with just trying to get back to where you were. You're going to have to purchase this Navy again when you lose that. Now, he does lose the bomber. He does lose West Ukraine. That's significant, but pretty much pales as the loss of the fleet there in 7, and especially if that one goes badly in 11, which, of course, most of the time it will. And this is the tournament rules. So tough. That's tough. But like I said, now we're looking at, out of box, which is the one I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in the tournament one unless I'm playing according to the tournament rules, which are pretty cool. I mean, 5-hour game. That's, and I think you've only got like till end of turn 4, end of turn 5, turn 6 at the most. So that is a significant hamstring. So this game right here, the game we were looking at, was already tough enough. This game is a $40 difference, $35 to $40 difference. Just with pieces, it's 32. And the disadvantage for the Allies. So my question to you would be, if you're playing this game, you say, well, I love to play the Axis. Well, of course you do. If you want to win, you want to pick the Axis. You've got a $32 advantage, at least. Maybe 35, maybe 40. So, of course, you want to play the Axis. And, of course, you want to do as much damage first turn as possible to make the U.S. spend all of its money on that fleet. So, my question to you would be, but why would you, is kind of what I'm saying right now. Why wouldn't you house rule a bid? Why wouldn't you house rule a turn order change? Why wouldn't you house rule something to make this very unfair game more competitive? And you could say, well, Randy, I don't think it's that imbalanced. Okay, play yourself 5 times in a row, and in the comments below, comment how many times the Axis win. Okay, so now I did want to do one more comparison, and that's to the global game. Now the global game is a huge game, lots more pieces, and let's take a look at some stuff that's pretty interesting. So we look at the TUV here. The Axis money first turn is 66. In the other game, it was 71. In the other game, Allies had 97. In this game, they have 175. The champion 3 years ago said this game was off by $60. Most bids right now are coming in around 45 to 50, but still, this is a champion 2 years ago said $60, and they have $175 versus 97. Pieces, a huge advantage. In the other game, in the 42, 3. In this game, 50, more than 50. That's 77 and 87. That's 60. 62 pieces more the Allies have. And 42 standard, second edition, 3. TUV, more than 500 points. 573 TUV. And 42, not even close. TUV is less than 100. 33, 43, 47, I believe. So I just wanted to let you know that, comparatively speaking, I think probably Global 40 is more balanced. And of course, you have proportionality. If you're looking at this one right here, what's this one? Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this correct? Oh, this is second edition. Oh, I'm sorry. The PUs are almost exactly the same. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This Russian already bought. That's why it's low. And everything else is the same. This is $24 more. So, but in this game, there's $168. In this game, there's 241. So in this game, 241, there's a $60 bid problem. So 241, that's 24, that's roughly a fourth. In this game, 168, and a $40 bid needed. That's about a fourth. So as far as income goes, it's proportional. It's about a quarter off. In this game, there is 1,300 and 1,400 IPCs of units. $40 is not that big a difference, right? So it's not even a tenth. It's less than a third of that. So less than 3% problem. As far as the units go, if you popped 12 or 13 Russian units in here, all of a sudden you would give the Allies the advantage by 227, and there's just 13 unit difference needed to fix it. So that's pretty amazing. 13 out of 13 is less than a tenth, a fifth, 5%, 5. So yeah, pretty close. I'm saying 40 is still close for this massive game. 227 pieces, and you're 13 pieces off. That's pretty good. This makes it look really small. But on the other hand, obviously depending on who's winning, at least as far as I can see, 40 is tough. That's a build. That's an American build. That's a German build. That's a turn and a half of Russian build. So, anyways, I just thought I'd let you guys know that I thought that, honestly speaking, this game has been killing my love of Axis and Allies because it's so unbalanced. Um, so, anyways, I just want to do this real quick. This is Croc 36 saying how imbalanced 1942 is. Croc it out.